Pictures that mine is not professional in any way. And I'm not going to talk about my education, I'm not going to talk about my childhood. I'm simply going to tell you the story of how Isla's journey, my charity, come to fruition, really. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Ashley and I founded Isla's Journey 8 years ago. It is a UK-based charity supporting families in the UK. So anyone that has their baby born premature or sick, we support them as much as we can. So Isla's Journey was never meant to be what it is today. 16-year-old, 15-year-old me could never imagine sitting where you guys are today, standing up here, telling a story. But in life, there are moments that divide into befores and afters. For me, that moment was being told that I was in labour at 24 weeks. And for those that don't know, that is the cut-off that you can have a termination, so it's very, very early. To then be told that my firstborn daughter had no sign of life. I'd gone into pregnancy imagining 2 cots, 2 car seats, 2 tiny outfits laid side by side. I was having twins. But instead of what would have been a joyful occasion, I was left trying to understand that how could I possibly be grieving one baby whilst watching another fight for her life. But at the same time, trying to celebrate each tiny milestone of her journey. And that is her. That is her. As well. So nothing prepares you for that contradiction. Grief and hope living in the same body. When Isla arrived, she was tiny, fragile, but from the first breath, from kicking the midwife as she was born, I knew she was a fighter. She was admitted to a neonatal and my whole world changed. Suddenly my days were measured in monitor beeps, oxygen levels, and I learned what CPAP meant. I learned how to read her sats before I learned how to breathe properly again. I was a mum, but I didn't feel like it. I was grieving one daughter and fighting to advocate for another. And in that space, in this sterile, overwhelming, frightening, terrifying space, something else happens. I met the most extraordinary people. Mums who were barely holding it together, but still smiling at each other in solidarity, because we knew how each other felt. Nurses who carried not just a clinical skill, but compassion beyond measure. Healthcare assistants who would gently say, go and get coffee, I'll watch it. Those moments mattered more than anyone would ever know. And that's where Isla's journey began. Not from a place of lived experience, from hospital corridors, from plastic chairs, beside incubators, from learning a whole new language overnight. So with a simple question, what do families really need when they're in neonatal units? And the answer wasn't always medical. They needed comfort, they needed someone to think about them, and they needed to feel seen. So we as a charity, well, to be fair, me sitting beside an incubator, texting my best friend saying, I've got an idea, we started creating care packages for families, and we've brought some with us today, so you can see what's in them. But they're practical items with thoughtful touches and little things that say, you matter too. And what started small grew, from one hospital to a handful across Thurrock and Basildon, to now around 90 units across the whole UK. And that is alongside a full-time teaching job. We also do wellbeing days, so gifts for the families to enjoy. We can go into the hospitals, provide countless amounts of cake, chocolate, goodie bags, to cooking meals on Christmas Eve for the families that have got to stay in hospital over Christmas with their little ones. And also resources to support them following their discharge. But what makes this work special isn't just what we give, it's the conversations that happen between parents and the staff when we visit the units. It's the mum who whispers, I didn't think anyone remembered the parents. It's the dad who says, this is the first time I've stopped today. It's the grandparents holding it together for everyone else. Every single family inspires me, not just the mums, everyone. The resilience of a neonatal family is incredible. So then there are neonatal teams. So if anyone's thinking of nursing, neonatal nursing, go for it. The nurses who miss breaks, the consultants who carry the weight of the impossible decisions they have to make, the healthcare assistants who rock babies when parents have to go home. They don't just do a job, they hold the families together. One of the most important things we've learned is this: if we want families to feel supported, we must also support the staff. So we began hosting the wellbeing events for the wellbeing of the staff. Simple things, cakes, coffee, small gifts, but more importantly, a moment to pause and step away from the day job. And what we've seen is powerful. When staff feel valued, they care even more deeply. When staff feel recognised, the morale lifts. When someone says, "We see you," it matters. So over the years, 8 years in total, Isla is now 8, Isla's journey has grown into something I never ever thought possible. We've delivered thousands of care items to the hospitals across the UK. We've partnered with multiple neonatal units. We've hosted wellbeing days. We've built relationships with hospital accommodations. We've raised funds through community events. And we got to visit Parliament, which was just for me the bucket list opportunity. And thanks to Jen, we have possibly some incredible things in the pipeline as well. But the growth hasn't just been in numbers, it's been in the trust. Units now reach out to us, staff message asking for support, families stay connected after their long discharges. That tells me that we've been building something meaningful. And people often ask me what keeps me going, and the honest answer is this: my daughters, both of them, Isla Lenka and Esme Shaka. The families we meet as well, the strength of the parents who are running on the 2-hour sleep but they still show up for their baby, the siblings who draw pictures of their tiny brothers or sisters, the staff who hold hands during the hardest moments. I don't do this alone. Isla's journey is powered by community, by volunteers, by donors, by the people who believe that no parent should feel invisible. So looking ahead, the future is the part that excites me the most. And I think as young people, young women, you need to look at the future and what you can do. One small experience changed my life. I still teach, but this is my passion. So we're now focusing on expanding all of our wellbeing events, not just by one-off visits, but by structured support days for both staff and families. We want to partner with more people. We want to reach more hospitals. Isla's journey began with 2 babies and 1 experience. Today it's a network of kindness, reaching families across the UK. And if there's one thing I've learned is this: small acts create lasting impact. To every family who has ever trusted us, to every nurse who has welcomed us into a unit, to every supporter, and even you guys listening,